Do-do-do-do.
Okay. Wow.
Hey,
That was
welcome all you. Yeah, welcome all you fanatics.
It's true. Just gonna play.
Mhm.
I think you mean karate enthusiast.
Okay. If you want to be technical over that.
It's true. We are gonna be technical. Hey guys.
Karate enthusiast or teen drama enthusiasts?
Well,
I sense an unbalance in the force when it came to this season.
unbalance is the key word in it.
Yeah. Dude, these kids don't need they don't need martial arts instructors. They need couples counseling. That's what they need, you know.
It's true.
Mhm.
Gotta turn that down just a little bit. In case you don't know, this is the Cobra Kai theme playing, so I'll put that in the background.
I was about to say, what the hell was that?
This is the Cobra Kai theme. Why don't you appropriate? But
But I got no theme song.
apparently they did. I looked it up. This is what it came up. So I don't know. But yeah, all right. But yeah, do you guys want to jump in, or do you have anything you guys want to say?
Yeah. Well, I guess might as well start our intros. I guess.
Okay.
Welcome to Comic Fanatic Live, the review of Cobra Kai this time. You're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415, Team Robbie all the way, audience.
Hi, it's me and Jake Tylenol, the one and only. I'm just here to say Miguel clutched, and you gotta face the facts. If it wasn't for Miguel, this show would have been over a lot quicker.
Austin, Bricky Wall. I guess the one I should go by now. I guess that Miyagi-Do always dies. That's what it feels like with this season.
Like the Phoenix, they return. And together, we form the Fanatics -1, and we talk about the news and reviews of the week. And sometimes on our special nights, our special Sunday nights, we talk about cool TV shows that come out that enough of us are interested in to have a conversation about. So today, as you can see in the title, we'll be talking about Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 2, which takes place obviously after Part 1. The Sekai Tekai has begun, and it is up to Miyagi-Do to pull through and fight their rivals Cobra Kai once more. But things get a little bit complicated with a new faction enters the frame, Iron Dragons. Can our, stand up to the challenge?
With a sensei named Wolf for some reason.
It's Iron Dragon. Can our Miyagi-Do
Wolf is better than Cole. Just saying that, Austin.
Or will they
Bro,
crumble?
Plot Armor Cole was a hero.
But we will find out. Well, you will find out when you watch the show, or you can listen to us. We will be doing a non-spoiler review, and then we'll be jumping into spoiler territory. So, let's say how we feel off the bat. How do we feel about this season? Part 2.
But before we say our feelings, we should also announce our socials. Come follow us on x.com at ComicFanatic69, and that's all the socials I remember. So, alrighty.
The Instagram Comics Fanatic 2.0.
But yeah, with that said, let's get into our thoughts. Cryptid, what did you think?
Okay, yeah, I will emphasize there is an unbalance in the force in this show when it came to teen drama and the actual tournament. And yeah, I know teen drama was a thing when it came to Cobra Kai. A lot of this, triangles, love triangles, couple triangles. But god damn, did that felt annoying in the first half of this season. But you know what? I'll say the last 2 episodes kind of, I wouldn't say make up for it, but it gives you a better taste in your mouth after all is said and done. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with your assessment. I think that my thing I would add is that this was just such a frustrating season. I think I've never been more frustrated than this season of Cobra Kai. It's like
Yeah.
all the worst aspects of Cobra Kai is in these, like, what was it, 5 episodes?
5 episodes.
And I
Yeah.
think it's actually the worst of Cobra Kai. Well, 3 of them are the worst of Cobra Kai.
Mm.
Robbie was getting on my nerves, but we'll get into him. But
Sure,
Devin,
sure, Jake. Join the world in crapping on Robbie. Why don't you?
listen, when he deserves it, he deserves it. Okay. I think
Mhm.
there was so much going on. Sam was getting on my nerves. Dimitri, oh god, Dimitri, oh my god, this kid. There was no piece of dialogue he said wrong. There was like nothing I like really wanted with him. I felt. I think Hawk was fine, and then randomly even he becomes unlikable at some point.
Mhm.
Devin had to work her way for it, but eventually I came around to her. I think the only character who came in and came out unscathed was
Oh,
the
boy.
Karate Kid himself. Like, yeah, okay.
Of course. All right.
The best one.
Just remember who won the prize fight at the end.
I'm just saying, Miguel is the only one who, it didn't even matter if he was upset about something, he could still fight. I think I also wanted to bring that up too, very quickly. I hate how these kids cannot focus without an extreme pep talk. It's like to an insane degree. It's like if they stub their toe that morning, they will lose the fight. They will lose the fight that day. It's like I'll be in the middle of the fight, they'll be like, "Damn, my toe! Oh, this reminds me of my childhood trauma," and then they'll get kicked in the face, and they'll just lose a fight. That's all I really felt the whole time. It was getting really aggravating that none of them could prioritize what was happening at hand. I mean, so many times Robbie's in a fight, and I'm only picking on Robbie because he's the main target of this. Is like Robbie will be in the middle of a fight, he's doing fine. Like he'll be doing like great, and then he'll stop. But what does Tori think about me? And then he'll get like kicked in the face or something. I'll be like, come on, like, what is this? So this would happen like several times. I just think that it made the show really annoying. Johnny and Danny, who were the main culprits of my grief last part, I think there was just so much going on. I just stopped caring about what was going on with these two. I mean, don't get me wrong, Johnny had some really good parts. He had a really good moment with Devin. I think even and Danny had some really good fights. I think these are some of the best Danny fights I've seen. Really showing off his Miyagi-Do mastery.
Yeah, it's almost like the actor has to up himself up a notch for maybe a Jackie Chan down the line, you know, Jake.
That is true. But I think some of the best fights in here came from Danny. And you know, I think, and so I was way more interested in I was sort of interested in stuff he was doing just because it came with a cool fight scene at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the end of the day, until we get to the last two and things start leveling out and we go back to being the karate show, this season was just, this part of the season was just kind of a mess. So that's kind of how I feel right now. But Austin, what about you?
I kind of agree with everything you said to a degree, but when it comes to certain characters, they just felt like rehashing some of the same arcs they already had.
Yep.
And my problem with the unbalanced messaging they're trying to push again for this season is that before they introduced the balance thing, it really did not matter for a lot of characters. Miguel in season 1 broke up with Sam, and the next day was the champion of the tournament in season 1. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
He broke up with him, broke his heart because he was drinking, and he picked a fight with Robbie. And literally the next day, he won the tournament.
That's true.
He was so focused as Cobra Kai, strike hard, strike fast. It's I get, and when you try to use both karate, being unbalanced will throw you off. That's why I would appreciate it more often, where characters just pick a side. They just double down sometimes. Oh, I can't use Miyagi-Do right now because I'm too conflicted or something. Then just go all in on the other side. Something, I need to answer this unbalanced thing because for 3 seasons they've been pushing this message and no one's been able to consistently do it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I agree. The first 3 episodes I think are the worst episodes ever for Cobra Kai, and the last 2 kind of save it. I think the first 3 episodes takes the worst aspects of any season of Cobra Kai and put it all in the 3.
Exactly.
I feel like as Jake said, we're way too far into the show to still be doing some of this stuff. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting when people look back on this show because remember, this is all supposed to be one season, but we're kind of treating this like a new season. You know, they divided one season to three parts. So how is
Oh
this
yeah,
going to be?
about
So
that.
how is
Wait,
this going?
about that. Don't forget the
Yeah,
whole season was filmed and ready, and they split it apart and did it just cause.
exactly. Exactly, exactly. So I just wonder how like those three episodes we keep talking about, right? Like how are they going to affect a person's enjoyment of the whole season as a whole, Because even I have to kind of look back as to how I felt about like the first five episodes and for part one of season 6. So yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's a weird jump from the end of that season to where we are now with characters mostly. Besides Robbie,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
obviously he'll be conflicted,
Right.
but
Hmm.
we'll get into that later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think another. I will give credit to the season though. I mean, I was really invested in the tournament stuff. I think as much as annoyed as I was, I think the kids not the Miyagi Do surprisingly being like not as good as like we thought they'd be. I think wound up being a strength too because it made those moments when they did turn things around, like yeah, where they got to like the near the end of like one of the arcs and one of the characters turn things around massively and they start like sort of getting their shit together. It made it really feel fun. Like I felt like I was watching a sports event, which is what you want in a tournament like this.
Yeah.
I feel.
But it's kind of like
But that's my
how
problem
often
though.
can you keep doing that same stunt? Like, okay, yeah, they're working together now perfectly, but then in the next conflict, oh, they're going to be divided. There's going to be drama, and they kind of have to retrend waters already traveled.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I
But
think
Jake, as you said, that's kind of my problem though. It's not that they aren't as good as they could be. It's that because like if they were locked in, they'll be fine. It's not the skill thing; it's a mental thing.
right,
Hmm.
right.
So I think that makes it frustrating, especially for like when we cut to a current character, where it's like you can't do this. Like, why are you doing it? You're only unbalanced because of this. Just focus up, please.
I think what would fix it. I just think I wish they focused more on that. They're just not because like keep in mind these kids have only been fighting each other's fighting styles. You know what I mean? Like it's only been Miyagi Do and Cobra Kai, and I think this is highlighted by the fact that when the Iron Dragons show up, like even Cobra Kai is they just never fought
Like,
anything.
where did this faction come from? It's like I come into the season expecting to watch Alien versus Predator, then like all of a sudden Terminator pops up out of nowhere. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also that's also my problem with Cobra Kai though, because this specific Cobra Kai that Kim was seeking, we know for previously this isn't a spoiler that this is like world renowned Cobra Kai. Like, these are the dudes that are trained by multiple masters. They've been fighting stuff for a while. These aren't kids who just learned karate a month ago. These are those guys who've been training most of their life.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's fair. We're gonna read a comment from Tony Lawley. Robbie Keane is fraudulent. He's a false king. Oh, I just want to. He's a. What's happening? How's it going?
No, we're
like
both touching it at the same time.
Oh man, he's a false king. He's old and washed up. His next stop is Burger King.
No, he's not a false kid. No, he's not a false kid. He was a screwed over kid, man. Come on. You see it clear the moment like the plot between Robbie and Daniel was thrown away. That's when it's like a spiral downhill with Robbie.
Yeah, I don't understand why they went farther away from Robbie's mentorship with I get in season 4 when he was like first met Kenny and stuff. But it felt like they should have brought that back. But him and Daniel don't have like one good scene together since they reconnected.
Hold on
exactly,
because I know I said that you'd be in charge of comments. I forgot we're gonna do a spoiler-free section. So in the spoiler section, you'll be in charge of comments. My bad.
Gotcha.
What we're talking about now? Just the past. At least that was the spoiler.
Let me read Tony's other comment. Robbie is cooked. He's chopped. He's done.
He's washed. It's over.
He won where it counts.
You're cooked. You're washed. It's over.
Remember, like in the first couple seasons, basically Robbie's whole character was what if Miyagi trained Johnny instead of Daniel, right? That was the character route they went with him. But again, I guess they figured they want more of the spotlight to be on the golden child, Miguel, Jake. All right, all right.
I don't know what is this? It's the first
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's the main character. Well, he was the main character for the kids.
Hey, but before Miguel, Robbie was in Johnny's life, and we all saw how that turned out, Jake.
It felt like he just wasn't in his life at all. So Miguel.
No, then yeah.
I think another thing that I did like this season, and we'll get more into it in the spoiler section, but they hyped up Quan so much, and all for like them to replace him immediately with Axel, who I'm gonna call Jiren the Gray, by the way. Jiren the Gray. But they just kind of sidelined Quan so hard and reduced him to being just a standard Cobra Kai villain from like the older movies. So that was kind of a letdown. He had so much promise. I don't understand. I don't think he wins one fight impressively. He kind of wins one, but even that wasn't going to be like he wasn't going to win it if it wasn't for like a character being off balance. So even, you know what I mean? Like he was loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to justify some wins now. Their fighting ability depends so much if they're feeling okay that day.
But you know, I wasn't too, no pun intended, keen on that. I think also in terms of our new character, Jiren the Axel, I like him. He's really good at being intimidating, like a physical presence, primarily because he's tall.
He's a Russian from Rocky 4.
Yeah.
He has all the scars on his back too. You're like, what the fuck?
I think they're giving him. I like that they try to. They're like, ooh, is Sam gonna get with Axel? I was like,
I hated that.
I thought she was with Miguel until the last minute. I was like, wait, is this with somebody?
I hate.
Yeah, we watched it with Tony, and Tony had to keep asking her, wait, is he Dave Miguel? Like, yeah. Like, I see. Like, I might have let him on. Like, you know. So we'll talk about it later. That was crazy.
Yeah. But outside of that, I think he can be a great final antagonist, but based off what we've seen of like the little snippets of the next part, I am concerned with how they're gonna finish him off, like how they're gonna deal with this character. Yeah. But we can get into that later. But yeah, overall, I think this is a very messy season. I think even as fun as the final fight of this part is, I think it comes out of left field, like really hard. It's just to stop a character. To me, I thought it was just to stop a character from losing quickly, so they can learn from the fight as they were already in. It was just to bail them out of that and just have a crazy finale for this part. That's what it kind of felt like to me. But I don't know.
Yep. It came out. It was I will agree with you on that, Jake. When it came to the ending, it came out of nowhere. But god dang, was it an intense ending? You know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Axel. When it comes to Axel, right? Yeah, I didn't love the whole love triangle, but you know, there's so many characters you have to give screen time to, man. So I was kind of okay if they just made him like, you know, surface level a force. I mean, yeah, dude's a giant, man. Dude knows karate and that stuff. Like, you know, he was taking names, and I kind of would have preferred them to stay that way, you know?
Yeah.
I could see that. I appreciate they gave him something. But what I don't appreciate, and you know what, we'll get into this. This is probably going to be a little bit of a debate. We brought. There's another villain this season. I feel like low key unnecessary, but I get the argument for why people feel like that villain was needed.
Given all the drama that was going on with Miyagi-Do by themselves alone, it definitely felt like it was an unneeded move to bring a certain character back. You know,
I felt like the drama and them just having to overcome the tournament on their own is enough. I felt like, and when I think more about it, I don't think much was added, and maybe in part 3, we'll see. I don't think much was added, and I think it was kind of like, this isn't made to be there. Speaking of villains, we also have Kreese, who they explain how he got out of prison, but the explanation he gave was so stupid. He obviously is lying. Whatsoever.
Hey, you want to take it up to him, Jake? You want to take it up to Kreese? What you gonna do about it, right?
It was insane. It was crazy. I think also that's my other problem too with bringing him back. It sets this precedent that what's the point of even fighting these people? Like, Kreese loses, sure, but he's just gonna try again, and then he gets arrested, sure, but he's just gonna break out and then do the same thing again. Like, there's no real points. It's just like he's eventually gonna get away with it. I don't really like that.
Hey, remember when 3 seasons ago, Miyagi-Do agreed to shut down their doors forever if they lost, and look what happened. They're still there, you know. It's like the stakes. Again, as to what Jake was saying earlier, the stakes don't feel there if the characters just keep coming back or the promises are whatever, just continue on, you know.
It's crazy because they keep having ways to not have to break their status and still do stuff. Like you just brought up the Miyagi-Do thing. The next season created Eagle Fang, and that could have just been the thing going for.
Yeah.
Like you just have to stay Miyagi-Do or bring it back. You just we pass on Miyagi-Do teachings to Eagle Fang. That's just successful. Stuff.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, next season, I'm giving this part, I want to say 4, but that last 2 episodes, I think kind of leveled out, and I think I'll give it a 5. I think. Because the fact that you have to go through so much, we were watching 30-minute episodes, I'll be damned if they didn't feel like an hour. No.
Yeah.
Oh, so long.
Coming into this, y'all know I'm Team Robbie all the way, but the fact that the first 3 episodes made me want to kick Robbie's ass, I have to lower my grading a little bit. But again, the last 2 did balance it out. So while I would like to say, okay, maybe I'll give it an 8 out of 10, I have to stick with a 7 out of 10. Just decent. So.
I'm gonna give it a straight 4. I ain't gonna lie, but I'll give it a 5 right now.
Okay.
Tony says Miguel carried the second part on his back. I think that's fair. I think Miguel was the only flawless character the whole season. From start to finish, I never had a problem with Miguel. I mean, I did, but it was really just because I just didn't want him somewhere else. I was just being an asshole for no reason.
Yeah, Jake. Side with Miguel when he was vouching that Robbie should still be captain. Yeah, side with him on that, right?
That's because he believes in his brother. Okay, but a better leader would have said, if I was Johnny Lawrence and if I was Johnny Lawrence and I saw Robbie fumbling the way he did, I would have
selling for days.
I would have looked at Danny and I would have said, Danny, take his captain badge away and give it to Miguel.
Oh yeah. Choose the favorite son in the bunch. Why don't you, man? Put Johnny in that situation.
Well, if you're actively failing your one job multiple times in a row, yeah, I think you deserve to give it to the favorite son at that point.
Another comment from this last we're gonna read. Oh, there you go. Robbie was shooting for 5 for 32 from the field. He's getting traded to China. But enough Robbie slander. It's time to go to our spoiler section. So spoilers. From this point on, Cryptid will be completely in charge of comments. Sorry about the confusion there. So we're gonna be doing something different. We're gonna surprise you with this one. We're gonna be doing a Cobra Kai tier list.
Okay.
We set up a tier list system, and so this tier list is going to only feature the main cast from season 6, part 2. We are not going to include the ancillary teams, only the Iron Dragons, the Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai, anybody in that faction.
And a special guest.
the way is yes, a special guest. The way it's going to work is so basically, if for instance, if two of us say that its character is A tier, another one of us says it's C tier, we'll split the difference, put them in B tier. Same if it's like 2 C's in an A, we'll do something like that basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Majority rule.
Yes, we'll go with the compromising one. So, without further ado, I'm going to just stream my screen. Give me a second. Share screen and making sure I'm doing the right thing. Almost messed it up. Give me a second. Share screen again. There we go. Alright. So can you guys see it? The tier list?
Hold up a sec.
No.
Let me. No, wait. Stay there, Jake. Stay there. There you go.
Yes. Now.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the tier list. I organized these based off the arcs. So like, if characters tie, like, so I made a section for the Cobra Kai villains and our Dragon villains, the Miyagi-Do cast, and villains at the very end. So that's how we're gonna do it. First, we're gonna start out by our thoughts on Team Miyagi-Do as a whole. Where are we putting them at?
Wait. That's one thing I did want to bring up. I didn't know if it was spoiling that, so I didn't know to put in that first part. Cryptic, do you see how we were actively like Miyagi-Do was like 4th in running and like of the worst teams, and they won one thing, ended up like one of the top 4 teams.
Yeah. These rating systems will be all over the place when it comes to the tournaments.
Yeah, but that stuff was bothering me. I wasn't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Listen, how Cobra Kai bounced back from that clear, definitive loss will always anger me. I was like, come on, bro. Like, why did you? But yeah, how do we feel about Team Miyagi-Do this season? So we have a couple of tiers. We have Strikes Hardest, that's our S rank. Embrace their queenly strength, that's our A rank. One thing
We got Tony.
I didn't see. Oh, that's unfortunate.
What?
We got Tony saying Dimitri is bottom of the barrel.
We have one cookout only, which is supposed to be something else, but I forgot what it was. Then we have Quiet, which is D tier, and Pansy Ass Nerd, which is where we put the worst characters of the season. So, that's that.
Golly, what was one cookout supposed to be? That was so good. We changed the tier list to be something Johnny said throughout the series, and it was so good. I can't believe we missed one.
But
damn.
So what are we gonna put Team Miyagi down as a whole?
I don't know, man.
It's too.
I guess I'll go for one cookout only.
I'll put it. No, the only reason I put them there is because Miguel put them on there. I feel like as a whole, Pansy Ass Nerd.
No, yeah, I kind of agree.
He's like that. He's like that nerd that finally became cool, right? The guy who knew was like getting picked on to never get asked on dates. Now, what does he do when he gets a girlfriend? He dances with another girl. Like God.
We're not talking about Dimitri. I'm about the squad all together.
Yeah, we're talking about
okay.
We're talking about all of Team Miyagi-Do. We're gonna do them all and then individually later on. So.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you? Nah. So in terms of like, how did you feel about Miyagi-Do as a team this season, Cryptic?
Drama, man. Drama. What can I say, man? Yeah, they're gonna be out of high school in less than a year. I hope this doesn't stick with them afterwards.
It probably will, knowing them.
You don't think you're gonna talk karate bros in the middle of college?
Yeah, I kind of want to see what a family Thanksgiving cookout will be like in the house of Johnny Lawrence. Like between Miguel and Robbie.
Robbie's mom shows up.
Yeah,
We'll put them in Pansy Ass Nerds tier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're getting into one of the newer characters. I don't have much to say, but I forgot her name too. The one who's next to Jira and the Axel. What's her name?
Zara?
Zara, yeah.
Yeah, Zara Malik. I call her Zalik. I call her Zalik.
Yeah, he called her Zalik. How do you feel about Zara as a character?
She was just there to add conflict, really. I mean, I like the fact that she had some skills to back up her words, but yeah, again, she was just there to add drama to Tori and Robbie. You know.
I think
Modern influencer character.
Mm-hmm.
I think she did her job well. I do find it weird that she was surprised that Robbie chose Tori over her. It's like, what's his
Chose the
name?
girlfriend he's been with, the girl he slept with and didn't remember.
Guys, Zara is the type of girl who wouldn't normally know what it's like to be rejected by guys. Let's go. Let's think of it that way. You know.
I think
I'm pretty sure Robbie ain't the first boyfriend she took from someone. You know. So.
I'm willing to put her in one cookout only. That is C tier cryptid. Is that a fair thing for you, or would you put her higher or lower?
I'll go C tier, yeah, because she kind of screwed over my boy Robbie. So yeah.
What about you, Austin?
Sure. The all agree characterization just depend on if they do something bad to the character you like or not.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Tori. Tori almost came out unscathed for me. I think the only problem I had with Tori was like I understood why she was there. I get it. I think my only problem with her is when she started saying Miyagi-Do like secrets, like, oh, they fight like this and this and this, and this. I was like, okay, listen, you're here to fight. Now you're like. Other than that, I like that she was only here for the tournament. I hated how Sam and Robbie treated her. Like this was because for her, this was just her going to a tournament. For them, I get it, but like for her, this is just her going to a tournament so she can vent her frustration. And I feel the problem is that she doesn't really get time to do that because everything gets made about Robbie. Like she has to deal with Robbie instead of dealing with her own emotions, which I feel is like unfair to her. That's not her fault as a character. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about it?
It's tough to say how.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, it's just tough to say how a character should feel after what happened, like in the last part. For a person to go through that with their mother passing. So. Yeah. She was all right for this. Like, I guess she's doing a lot of coping in her way in this season. So.
That's fair. What about you, Austin? What were you gonna say?
I was just saying I kind of agree. It's hard to say how she should feel, but by the time we got to the second part of the season, you want to put like that, and they just kind of reversed her role with Robbie, where now she's unbalanced and she's in the middle of a fight, just staring at him. They're like, I don't care how complete you are. I think that's the most unrealistic thing you can do. If you're in the middle of actually fighting someone, you're not going to repeatedly look over and lose stuff because of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And for them to take 3 episodes just for Miguel to call out Robbie, like no one else care? Like I had to agree with Miguel. It felt like that for both sides. We feel like it came only Miguel and Quan could put everything aside for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say that's bad on her character or anything. It's just getting annoying because we already spent 3 episodes with other characters doing it. So I can't really say it's bad for her in general. Mm-hmm. But I'll give her the same rating. I'll give her a C.
Yeah.
So
maybe a B.
We'll go with C. I'm feeling a lot of C's in the room. She's invited to one cookout only. Quan. Oh boy. Quan was my lead.
Oh wow.
Quan was my if I put stocks into any character, it would have been Quan. After part 1, I said, this dude is going to be a badass. He's going to be the final villain. I can't wait. He's the most brutal, ruthless villain we've gotten. And he's just kind of any other villain.
You're just upset.
You thought he was going to be Mike Barnes, bro.
Dave, you're just upset the fact that he didn't give Robbie an even harsher thrash, right?
Well, the problem is, he didn't even give Robbie a challenge. Once Robbie just got distracted. And I didn't give that to Quan. It's not a victory. It was like,
it's not really a W for Quan. It's the L for Robbie.
Hey, to be fair, Quan was implementing the idea that he and Chicory are hooking up to Robbie. He
I
put that
guess.
seed in
Yeah, but
Robbie.
I just don't
yeah,
think it's
but at that point, when you just ask your girlfriend, why don't you trust this guy who clearly doesn't like you but try to mess with you the whole time?
well.
Mm,
That got Robbie into trouble. But I think my thing with Quan is I
they
think he was
sold
kind of
Quan.
wasted. I think he's only brought down because Axel was there and he had to hype him up. But I don't think that it doesn't make much sense to me. I wish he just got a show of dominance, maybe, and then maybe like a true victory. Like let's say, yeah, let's say he beats Miguel honestly in like the first fight early on, right? Miguel, like
Yeah.
he's doing well the whole time, and then he turns around and Axel beats the mess out of him. Like that would have been great. Like in the first match, I think that's how they should have handled it. I don't think him picking on Robbie, who's already not mentally into the fight, is really a great showing of anything. I mean, but hey, he had an iconic scene for the season, so.
Oh yeah.
So
Hey, that's not something the characters are ever gonna have to, overlook down the line. That's yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm thinking, for him C or D tier.
I'll put him on a C too. Like he
I
was
haven't
being
been.
like a nuisance to Miyagi Do. So he did make his presence
Nah.
felt, Jake. He did make his presence felt.
Yeah. What about you, Austin?
I got him a D. Because it was only focused on Robbie. Cobra Kai's whole thing to be destroying Miyagi Do as a whole. And he was only focused on Robbie. And it's like, I get it to a degree, but it's like, come on now. So I had him a D. I don't think I like Quan at all really this season.
If I have to split the difference, I like him enough to not make him a pansy ass nerd, but I don't think. I think based off how the season sets him up, I'll put him in D as well. I think I'll just settle for that.
It season felt like he was supposed to be a Cobra Kai revenge story, and then he just turned out to be like the season.
I felt like they had a hard time.
Oh, I gotta read Tony's comment. The knife also made its presence felt. Good one, man. Good one.
I felt like I just felt like he could have been more. I felt like he should have at least been like an impressive victory. They struggled more against Yoon, the guy who Quan beat up last season. They had more of an impressive fight against Yoon than Quan. But Quan was good at showing how good another character was. That's kind of my issue. But,
he's an accessory.
right. Mm-hmm. And even though he did beat Miguel, it wasn't even like a definitive victory. It was just more like I got cheap shot. So it wasn't even like I couldn't even be impressed with that when he did beat him. So, but speaking of people who are actually impressive, we have Jiren, the Gray, the one, the only Axel. I think just to get mine off. I think Axel from the start was very impressive. Physically, they got a really good actor to play him. I think him just going through him having his mentor Wolf just be a traumatizing, I wouldn't say parental figure, but traumatizing mentor for him makes him enough of like a foil for Miyagi Do that they didn't really need to bring back. Spoiler alert, but Terry Silver did not need to come back. I think
that was annoying.
I think also his relationship to Sam, I think was like, honestly, if they just hadn't put Miguel with Sam, it would have been actually more interesting. I think I do hope him and Miguel have a legit fight later on because Robbie did get the legit clean cut victory on Quan, who was a main villain. I kind of want Miguel to get Axel. I think that would be kind of cool for him to go on. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think that's my main problem with that situation too.
Yeah, awesome.
Like the whole Axel thing with Miguel, because you had Quan also sell to this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to have Robbie end up losing, Miguel have to win. It feels weird to have the bigger guy still tied to Miguel, who isn't the captain or that important to the tournament, which seems to be the main plot this season.
I think this part builds him
I
up.
think I would have switched and had this guy, the guy with the love triangle, set with Tori and Quan mess around with Miguel.
Yeah, I think that works as well. Because I feel like at the end of this, Robbie's going to be the one to take him down based on like what we see later. I think he's going to be the one to finish it, which I think is unfortunate because it means Miguel got impressive. Miguel had some impressive fights this season, but he didn't fight like the top dog. I feel like that for the first Karate Kid of the Valley since Johnny and Danny's return, I feel like he deserved to be one of them. But in terms of Axel as a character, I think he's a really compelling character. He's a real physical force. Watching him fight is like watching people try to hit him, and he just effortlessly dodges like on some ultra instinct shit. It's always like this. So I really like him. I think he's one step away from being S tier. I want to put him in A tier. How do we feel?
I feel that way because I feel that way because I do want to see more of Axel going forward. Like he has this gentle giant nature to him, apparently. You know, I mean, yeah, he's fierce in the ring. He's fierce when you look at him, but you know, he had a soft side when Sam was around. You know, it's just unfortunate that it looks like he's going to be. You remember how like a couple seasons ago when that whole school fight happened? And Robbie was the only one who got punished because of that one big incident he did with Miguel.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, what happened at the end? Yeah, Axel's going to be the Robbie in this situation, you know, despite what everybody else was doing, you know, which is.
I highly doubt it. Quan just literally tried to murder him.
They do have things like what happened.
If anything, Kreese when we take responsibility, it's literally his knife.
Well, I can imagine like Terry's going to want he'll spread some resources around to pin it all on Axel. You know, I mean, yeah. There was that,
Terry won't. Axel's his guy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Forgot. So.
I think he might be good. Just he's in like the best position to do this situation. Mm-hmm. It's on live TV. The other guy tried to kill him. He has Terry Silver backing him. I think the worst thing he's going to get is beat up by Sensei Wolf.
Oof, okay. Let's see. Tony saying Axel is a simp god. Yeah. Dude, he has love triangle written all over him, man. So
that's true.
And that's why I have him at B. I don't have him A. I'm an S. Because I don't see what's compelling about his character. Outside of him fighting well, I don't think him just being a sour guy. Oh, this girl I kind of met for 5 seconds and kind of like has a boyfriend, so I'm mad at her and her team. I don't think that's compelling. And everything else about him that's compelling is stuff that's done to him, not really his response because of it. Like the Sensei Wolf hitting him and stuff like that. He's just a great fighter with a personality of a piece of bread.
I think it's compelling in the sense that, like, for me, it's more like I get why that would hit him so hard. I think, like, they try to show off that he's very closed off. And to be fair, we don't really have a lot of sense to delve on it, but I think what we had, I think it's enough to get that he's very closed off. He doesn't open himself a lot. I think the first time, especially like a teenager, you open yourself up to somebody and they're like, oh, no, I'm not into you like that. I think that, like, I get why that will, like, legit hurt him, especially because of all the stuff he has to go back to. I think, like, with Sam, he felt a warmness that he hasn't felt in a long time, especially based on what we've seen. So I get why he's just, I don't think he's not at the point where
and my problem is that it's a 1 minute confrontation.
I think,
and basically all he said was, nice fight, bro. And he was like, oh, this is my one on one.
I think, I would disagree. Only, I think it's enough based on what we were given. But if you don't feel that way, that's okay. I just think that it's enough based on what we were given for him to at least feel miffed about it. Because he's not angry to the point where he's gonna he's not gonna
he was staring this man down from across the room.
Right, but he's not gonna clearly he's not
don't sweat that.
Miguel fights him in the scene, but he's not like beating the shit. Like he's not like I'm gonna beat the dog shit out. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Fighting like anybody else. They're just having like fighting it out.
But that's more discipline than want, in my opinion. He's disciplined to fight in his style to the point where if he don't, he gets beat by his sister. I don't think that reflects how strongly he feels about the situation that well.
Right. Well,
Gotcha.
until we
So,
get more, I guess that's why I'll put him at A because I might want to put him in B. I think what I have now is just like it's enough for me to. I'm interested, but I think it will determine the next. How many episodes we got left? 5. The next 5 episodes will determine if ultimately I put him in B or S. I guess that's where I'm at. But if you want to put him in B, we'll have you for B. Cryptid, where you want to put him.
I was originally gonna put him in S, but I'll stick with A for now. Again, there's some stories that I could see branching out from Axel's character, especially after what happened in the finale. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how that goes.
Okay.
So,
Well, put
all
him in. What did we do last time with Quan? It was
Me.
like we both. Yeah, two people said it. Okay, we'll put him in A for now, but we'll be watching his career with great interest.
Gotcha.
Next up is Sam Larusso, who, oh my god, you guys talk about up and down characters. It was
I want her in Pansy Ass Nerd.
Oh,
I just don't see like anything character growing from her. It's just again she's just like in this whole she keeps finding herself in these love triangle situations, and it's just kind of unfortunate.
Exactly.
She's
even if it's unintentional.
daughter, so she's the princess character. That's what it
Oh yes, I mean for God's sakes, you have a boyfriend and yet you still find yourself in a love triangle for like the 5th time already. So yeah.
I think
5th time, 5th guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
5th
awesome.
time, 5th. He said, "Go
The
ahead, Oscar."
5th time she's in the love triangle. The 5th guy. It was Tyler, Miguel, Robbie. There was another guy for a minute. They were trying, and then went back to Miguel and Robbie situation.
I guess for Axel's purposes, the love triangle wasn't annoying for me, but I get where you guys are coming from, and you guys are making 100% sense. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, it's just them redoing the same arc again and again, and that's a big thing in this season for me.
And
most people redo the same style art.
I guess hers is less egregious to me because at least it's something that's like, it's not like she's backtracking. It's like the story itself. When we get to the characters later on, some of these characters just flat out backtrack on like their opinions about life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess that's why that aspect of Sam wasn't getting on my nerves. But I see what you guys are saying. And to some extent, I agree. I think for me, I think Sam was just annoying in the first part where she's like going off on Johnny. Or something that's like, okay, like why are you just like stoic? You know what I mean? Why is it like
going off on Johnny randomly?
Right.
Because nothing she's seen to be like, oh, you're the reason my dad's not here. Like it has nothing to do with it. Nothing she has seen. Besides them both over talking to each other for one scene. Was it just that Johnny was his fault?
Yeah, I think, but I think I was annoyed with her because, and also I think also it should be noted that a lot of the Miyagi-Do's characters are also going to be determined by their performance. I think also performance will in the Sekai Tekai, her performance was very shoddy until like I think halfway. I think so she started being like, she's kind of reliable as well. So I don't want to put.
And my problem is her situation doesn't get resolved either. It just suddenly gets better. Everyone else had like specific things that was bothering them. And for her, it was like she had some issue with Johnny. It just kind of goes away. Because even when her dad and Johnny was there, she was had some problem. Oh, Johnny's talking as well, and it's bothering me. Even though he's been your sensei for a while and taught you just as much as your father when it comes to karate now.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And then. But then the father is gone, as he completely blames Johnny and all the other stuff for it. But when the dad comes back, there's no reconcile about it. Situation just moves on. Everyone just moves on from it.
I think. I after that, they just came off with a huge win. I think she just kind of accepted that like Johnny is trying. I think that's where I would have to go. It's not stated, but it's like Johnny was trying, and ultimately his leadership, as bad as it was, did wind up winning the day. So I think and then when her dad came back, I think she just kind of got over it. I'm actually okay with Sam being inconsistent. I would rather a character have an inconsistent fighting record because she's going up against so many new opponents than them just being bad because they're sad about something. I think for me that's okay. It makes it frustrating, but that's kind of what I wanted from Sekai Tekai anyway. I would rather them just be struggling against fighting styles they've never seen before than it just being because of like a problem.
This was the girl who had to be told to block. I don't think she was struggling because it was different fighting style.
Right. That's fair. But the writing could have been better. I agree. I just think that at least as far as like all of, I think she was the one that suffered the least from like character regression. I just think that like her thing with Johnny was annoying. Just going so hard on him. I felt like the whole message with Johnny also was kind of muddled as well. We'll get to it in a little bit. Yeah, actually, no, we'll get to it in a little bit. I just think that the whole arc with her and Johnny was muddled. I just think for different reasons. I just think that and even when she's telling people off in the locker room, only half of what she says I agree with, because some of it is also her fault too when they're losing. So, you know what I mean? I'll put her in. I think she just escapes D tier for me, but I'd put her lower if I was comparing. I don't know. What about you guys?
I'd put her in the lowest.
Pansy ass nerd.
Yeah, I was saying. I've never been a fan of her character. She always been judgmental and hypocritical in a lot of moments. So her going back to that, or immediately just choosing someone to snap at, which she's been doing for multiple seasons without any real repercussions, it's still just as annoying as it's always been to me. Like, I don't think her character has been inconsistent. I think just annoying and bad as it's always been. But everyone accepts her because she's the girl again.
Yeah.
So we'll put her. That's 2 against 1. We'll put her in pansy ass nerd. Next up is Hawk, who actually was enjoyable until like the last couple, like literally at the finish line. I was like, okay, what happened here?
Hey, he scored some points for me when he chose not to dance with that girl because he has a girlfriend already, But Dimitri, dude, come on.
No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like up until that episode, after that episode. Oh, we forgot to put shows on here. I just realized that.
Yeah.
After this episode, after that episode, all of a sudden, him and Dimitri start becoming more in sync with their annoying behaviors. But before that, Hawk was very enjoyable. He might not have won every fight, but he was doing his best. And a lot of his losses was because of Dimitri. So I can't even be like, I can't even be mad at him. He was more reliable than I think Sam was. I think at times.
Yeah.
So I just think it's the last 2 episodes of him kind of pulled it down, and we'll get it more into it with Dimitri because Jesus Christ.
Wait, no. I also think his choices he was beefing with Dimitri, but every time Dimitri said anything, he fully agreed with that decision. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I think it was weird about how many times he beefed with Dimitri that we're still cool with each other. It's to the point where we're still drinking together. I'm like, no, Dimitri's been treating you like nothing but shit since you got here. I don't know if I'm sitting next to him immediately. I get y'all like good friends, but at some point you gotta be like, all right, bro, I need a break. So I'm going to say I'm gonna put him in clients here, a lot of G tier, but maybe C. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm not gonna lie, but the Rams.
What about you, Purple?
Oh, sorry, I was just doing something. Wait, which character we're talking about again?
Oh, we're talking about
Hawk.
Hawk
position.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Hawk's position. Yeah, you know me. Hey, this is the coolest hairstyle I've seen him have in the whole series. Like that. I like that he kept up with his gal that he had. Hey, you know me, Austin.
No, I'm not mad. I'm just funny. Yeah. I ain't thinking about that. He said it.
Yeah. And even by the end, he pulled through. He wanted to give Kenny a shot. Even though Dimitri was being a total ass. Come on, why would Kenny want to come halfway across the other side of the world just to screw your team over?
He agreed with Dimitri up until the last minute when Robbie changed his mind. That was really what Robbie did. Because remember, when he was in the circle, and he was going to get Kenny. Dimitri said, "Don't do that," and someone else said, "Do it," and he agreed with Dimitri.
Miguel said, "Do it," and he told Dimitri.
Yeah, so not give Kenny a fair shake until Robbie said to do it. So
gotcha.
But
But like in terms of his character here, like I will admit that Dimitri, when you were recording, I'm sorry, not Dimitri, Hawk, when you were video recording Dimitri dancing with that other gal. Okay, yeah, that was a real low blow. I'll grant you that, man. So
He didn't do it on purpose. It literally was accidental. He called his girlfriend because he was feeling lonely, and then she was like, "Oh, this party seems fun." So he said, "Oh yeah, I'll show you." He had no idea that his girlfriend was gonna be here.
I'm not gonna lie to you, by the way. Also, dessert. So it was still dessert.
Yeah, don't forget, Dimitri is the one who tells him, "Hey, don't dance with that girl. She's gonna come over here. Don't do that. Don't dance with her." I think he chose to do it himself.
And what Dimitri?
And
at the end,
he tried to gaslight Hawk. He tried to gaslight Hawk. Remember, he tried to gaslight this man that the girl chose Dimitri over him. That shit was crazy.
Gotcha. But aside from that, there really wasn't any drama with his fighting style when he had to compete in the ring. So I'll give him points to that compared to like the other characters.
Every loss he had is because of Dimitri.
Yeah, we could go with that. You know, when Dimitri was the one who ended up knocking Hawk out. Damn.
Dimitri knocked him off. Dimitri is the one who told him not to choose Kenny, who caused him lose. He also told distracted him his first fight in which he got lost.
Gotcha. So in terms of a ranking, you know what? I'll go for. I want to go give him a B, but like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll stick with a B. Again, coolest hairstyle of the whole series. So yeah.
So Austin, I heard a B from you as well.
Yeah.
Okay. We will split the difference in this scenario. We will split the difference, as I said at the example, and we will put them in this to reflect all of our opinions, basically. So, next up is Dimitri.
You know, both said B. Oh yeah, you're right. No one.
Next up, Dimitri, we're putting him in pansy ass nerd.
Yeah.
I won't read Tony's comment. Dimitri is as valuable as a summer ant. He serves no purpose. He needs to.
He needs to end it now. But no, what's there to say? Dimitri is like the worst part of this game. Just for the sake of the review, I mean, like the majority of Miyagi-Do's problems is just Dimitri not shutting the fuck up. It's crazy.
I'm going to MIT. Come on, you know.
Shut the fuck up about MIT.
Yeah. Brag about how you have a future after this karate tournament, man. Yeah. That'll make everybody like you. You know?
It wasn't even that. It felt like he tried to do it to make Hawk feel bad, but Hawk doesn't want to go to MIT. So what's the point?
And also, he was like the first to want to quit. Like it was so, like they lost like a couple times. I was like, what? It's like, I don't know. They honestly tried to swap him out.
He got hit one time and gave up the match. Like early on in the season.
Keep in mind, in previous seasons, he was fighting legions of Cobra Kai. He takes one hit, he's like,
it wasn't even Iron Dragon. It was some random low-level team like they were at the time.
Yeah. Kind of missed it when Hawk was a bit of a force back in the day, you know?
The only redeeming moment he had, I don't mean redeeming, I don't mean like he changed his character. I just liked it. It was him, Hawk, and Kenny tag teaming on you. I think that was a great moment. But yeah, other than that, D-tier, no debate here. Next up, we have Carmen. What's her last name? Carmen Lawrence.
Carmen.
Carmen Lawrence. Yeah. Her name.
Yeah. I know what you're saying about her. Honestly, I don't know why you put it here. She was.
I wanted the baby, bro.
I didn't like the fact that her only purpose in here was to cause more drama within the group. Like,
you know what? W character, because she said, Miguel, get the fuck on that plane. What the fuck are you doing here? Go back on that plane.
Part of me wants to ask, like, wait, how long is this tournament going on exactly? Like, what's the span of this tournament?
The only reason there needs to be something with her is so we could go get Kenny, because there was no reason to get Kenny if something didn't happen with her.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, you didn't see, you weren't there with us, but Jake was so bad. When they were like, "Oh, Miguel gotta go home," he was like, "Bro, I pray they just turn around." And they started like, "He's gonna see his mom." I was like, "Bro, his mom might die." He was like, "Just turn his one point."
My God.
Johnny already had a life before he can make another. Get another one.
Jake is like, Miguel still has Johnny, so you're all good. You know. So.
I was so bad. I was so heated because at this point, Miguel was the only All-Star on this team because Robbie kept fucking up. And when he said after Miguel's impressive win, and they were like, "Oh my God, you got to go home," or Johnny said, "Wait, no, please, wait, come on now, wait, please." I'll put Carmen in C tier. She's invited to more than one cookout, but that's the only option. You don't have two.
Okay, C. I'll give her C as well.
I agree.
She didn't. Mm-hmm. So.
This was also to make a joke. We're rating the fetus inside of
Oh, come on.
W played. He almost got a 2-for-1, and he got Miguel and Lawrence out the tournament. I'm gonna say he's an agent for Cobra Kai. He was a better villain than Quan. He took out he had their best player removed. He had one of the senseis removed. The team would have been off balance. If the mom, something did happen to mom, Miguel had to go back to the tournament. He would have not been the same. It was a W move for Cobra Kai.
Good. Oh, I'll read Tony's comments. Kenny is the sixth man off the bench, literally, and Hope's like, Miguel should lead the team in free agency. Yeah, the whole Kenny situation, okay, when we get to Kenny, I'll bring it up. So
yeah, we're almost there. I want to get through all the characters that were involved in Kenny's arc before we got to Kenny.
Okay, gotcha.
Next is Miranda Larusso, who I would say C tier. Not much for her to do other than fix the mess of that Devin caused. So she was cool. C tier, that's where I'm going. How about you guys?
Yeah, see, nothing really much to talk about for her.
I don't know. Her not hearing her son out. I feel like because we know watching the show, they don't really like pay attention to their kid that much.
In her defense, I mean, like, look, there's literally footage of her son tormenting this kid, so his word is a poor value to her at that point,
Yeah, but Kenny's only proof that it was him was that he did it because he did all this other stuff. I mean, of course he did it. Like, I'm gonna make my kid apologize, but I'm like, if you say you didn't do it, when they get back, you find out who did.
But also keep this in mind, Austin. She has to do whatever she can to convince Kenny to come, to come for Miyagi, though. And if that means having to pressure Anthony out to hey, say sorry 1,000 times, you're gonna have to do it, for Miyagi, though.
He lost Miguel, and she said, "I need to get Kenny immediately." Okay, that doesn't matter what I gotta do. I gotta get Kenny on that play. So I love your character. But where do you put her, Austin? C tier or lower?
I'll put it a C just to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Devin. Character-wise, C. But she was annoying me with how bad she was. Like, I knew she was going to be, but damn, you were terrible. Until the last time you were badass.
For me, Devin saved herself towards the end when she made the decision to tell Kenny that was her, because there was so much drama already going on in this season that when I heard that they wanted to bring in Kenny over here to the tournament, I'm like, oh, good Lord, no, it's because it's going to introduce a new set of drama of the whole, who really put all that laxative in Kenny's water thing, that would have been a ticking time bomb. Odds are that probably would have been revealed in the midst of a fight, in the tournament. So I'm glad that she stepped up and she was honest about it. I mean, if I was Kenny, I wouldn't be as forgiving as him, because God damn it, woman, you
like that, but he liked her as a girl.
I guess. So
I think I think for Devin, I think what really sold her was her scene with Johnny. I think the actors did a good job in that scene. Like the emotional scene those two had was really well felt. I like that she was so worried about letting Johnny down. She was like freaking out. Johnny's like, hey, it's okay. Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have pushed you as hard as I should have just let you like realize what's going on. I was trying to get a little more stuff.
And to be fair, like after you say she does step up.
Right. She does. Yeah, she does. Like she's like, okay, I might not be as good as everyone else. I'm not gonna be as good as everyone else, but like I can try. So you know what I mean. So,
yeah.
But yeah, So what were we saying? I'm saying C tier.
Oh,
She technically has more wins than Robbie.
That's true.
I'll give her a B. I'll give her a B just for her stepping up and doing the right thing at the end.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Yeah, I guess we're a B.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll do B tier. There we go.
We're Devin fans here, sir.
Next time we have the other lures, whose name I forgot again.
Anthony.
Anthony.
At least I'm hoping it's Anthony. Like,
That's
Anthony.
okay. Anthony, I'm putting him in C. He did what he had to do. He was maybe a little bit overly zealous to correct the mistake, but
you know what?
he wasn't really annoying. So
You know what? I would give him a B tier because he went the extra mile and trying to ask for forgiveness from Kenny when it came to like him drinking the laxative, you know? So like, okay.
And he didn't even do it.
Even though he knows he was. Yeah, I know, but he still needed to do this to convince Kenny to come help Miyagi-Do at a time where they really need it, you know?
No, that's what I mean. That's why it was impressive because he didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. There you go. Well,
He went the extra mile about something that he didn't even do, and probably blew up his family's bathroom for it.
They're rich. They'll buy a new bathroom, Austin. All right. So, all right.
Okay, so we'll put him in B tier.
This is probably the best that his character's ever been.
Yeah. You guys remember when they tried making the love triangle between him, Kenny, and that what's her name girl? Like
The girl never came back.
yeah, exactly. You know, so yeah. All right, we can move on.
Next up is Kenny, who I'm gonna be honest with you, he embraced his queenly strength. Okay, I'll put him B tier. He came in, he had a little drama, but you know what? He like Miguel. He had drama, but he didn't let it stop him from doing what he had to do. So
Yeah, I was cringing when I heard Kenny was going to come in. I was like, because again, that was going to be a ticking time bomb with who really put the laxative in his drink. You know, that was going to haunt this team, and I'm glad things got resolved during that. But this was kind of like a point I made when we discussed Cobra Kai in the last season, right? When you were picking all the people who were going to come join the tournament, right? Okay, 5 people going to be in the tournament, so we're going to pick 5 students to come with us. You know, life happens, right? Like, it would be in your best interest if you pick 1 or 2 extra people to come up in case something happens, you know? But I guess the studio is like, we need to do something for drama's sake, you know? So
I don't think a housing or money issue, but like honestly, no, because like Devin didn't even leave, so like you know what I mean?
yeah, you know. Remember, everybody wanted to. Everybody in Miyagi-Do wanted to be part of this, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
where are we gonna put it? We're saying B tier, everybody.
I'm giving beats here because again,
Yeah.
they turned his character around. I thought he was going to be a ticking time bomb, but instead he was a mature one of this, you know. So
I thought it was weird he didn't have anything with Robbie, despite his whole most of the development coming from his relationship with Robbie.
yeah, there's only so much triangles unless the show has time to delve into, you know. So I'll forgive them not touching the whole Robbie and Kenny situation because Robbie was having his own triangle going on at the same time, you know.
But
yeah.
Next up is all right. Robbie fucking King.
Jake,
Listen, he
No.
doesn't deserve an S. He fought just enough to maybe get a B. But right now, C tier for me. Okay.
he knocked Cobra Kai out the tournament, Jake.
No,
They deserved an S for that.
He
Temporarily.
actively put the Miyagi-Do in position to be kicked out tournament multiple times because he couldn't coach up.
And also, he would have if it wasn't for that bullshit rule, which isn't his fault.
He came through at the end, all right? He picked up the slack that he added to the team. Put it that way, all right?
The amount of times I was screaming at Robbie through my screen was way too much for me to put up anything higher than maybe a B. But I'm literally saying, he was in pansy-ass nerd, and he climbed his way up to a C. That's impressive enough. Okay, that is where I think I'm going to settle the Robbie.
Jake, he was in the you're either a hero or a zero situation, and guess what? He was a hero in that fight against Quan. So yeah.
After being the zero that the slack Miguel had to pick up. No, I don't think he deserves anything higher than a C for me. He was just abysmal. Even before Tori's stuff really got to him, he couldn't even be one of the kicking match. Which, whatever, that's fine. That's just the Southern fight. But it's he was making terrible decisions. He couldn't even Miguel openly was telling him listen, I lost a fight with you so you could be the leader, only so you could perform like this. And just give me the headband. And this fight's still losing over and over again. He just wouldn't give it over to Miguel, even though he absolutely should have. Now he does turn it around eventually after Miguel embarrasses him in front of everybody. But Jesus Christ, this guy was pathetic. He cheats on his girlfriend because he's feeling lonely, and he thinks that.
He had a few drinks added to that decision.
Yeah, he was drunk. Right. He wasn't just feeling lonely. He was drunk.
That's fine, but it adds up, and all this stuff with him adds up, even if it's legit or not.
Yeah.
Such a
and if you want to talk about adding drama for drama's sake, god dang, what's the likelihood of you kissing this girl you slept with in the hallway right as your ex is coming out of the elevator? You know?
No. That was deserved. Because unless you forgot, her room is right next to it.
But still, man, how often are you outside in the hallway?
He's lucky Tori just wasn't in her room and heard him piping that girl down.
Well, maybe she was just downstairs getting breakfast. She's lucky that Tori opened the elevator at the right time, but she timed that so perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, what are the odds of that? You know?
I think also, I think for Robbie too, the way he was acting with Sam before the Quan stuff even got in his head, all Tori was saying was I just want to be on pause. I'm not saying we're breaking up. When we come back, when the tournament's over, it's just a tournament for me at this point. I just want to fight. After this, we're gonna be fine. I have no problems with you. I just don't want to think about the relationship right now. And then he's like, "Well, why is Tori taking this so well? Because she didn't break up with you. She's still with you, you idiot." And she focused on a single fight. He had Quan dead to rights the first time. Still froze up. And still guys ask me just because he saw Tori. It's just so annoying to watch. He turns it around. He becomes a good leader, admittedly, and I do like how I do like confident Robbie, but he's got a ways to go before he can go back into the A tier bracket, let alone S tier. Okay, I'm gonna give him a C. The more what do you guys think? That's just me.
I'm still giving him an S class because he's the one who at the time took out Cobra Kai from the tournament, so. He didn't win. He doesn't win all the battles, just the battles that he needed to win. You know. So.
What about the other people who won their battles for that fight?
He's the one who
won. You didn't give all the stuff to him. He got the last hit.
He got the knockout. He got the knockout punch, Austin. That's what it was. So.
I just want to remind you that Miguel got every fight he needed to win and didn't even win. I'm just putting that out there.
Just so you know,
Hey,
the only reason they were still in the tournament because Miguel was winning.
to go back to last season. Let Robbie have this. Miguel has a future with college and that stuff. This could literally be the peak of Robbie's life right here. You know.
Yeah, but how long are we going to keep saying that for him, though?
Mm-hmm.
And my argument is like that's why I was frustrated with him. Like he's so focused on this Tory drama when he was telling Miguel like I need this, but when he gets there, all he can think about is Tory for some reason. Even though she just wants him to focus on tournament, like he said he wanted to. It's so and it's just frustrating to watch. Like he's throwing it away. And instead of just respecting what the team needed at the time, which honestly would just let Miguel be the captain. Now, like I said, obviously it works out in the long run. Eventually, Robbie does come together. But like, honestly, at some point, like, just give the headband up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not in the right mindset. You gotta accept that. So you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. We have S rank, we have C rank. Austin, where are you gonna put him?
I had him in D. I ain't gonna lie. Only the last I don't think the last Coach Carter team group turnaround where like it fixes his character for me because it kind of just passed the problems on to Tory. If you go like narrative wise, so he did come back, so I'll give him a C. But I was fully determined to do D before we got in here.
Gotcha. So final verdict.
Let's see. Or
I messed this up. Everyone here needs to be here. Oh, okay, I have to read this.
Okay, B.
I'm gonna put him in
B.
B.
Yeah.
I'll put him in B.
About that. Yes.
But I don't know if but we put him in B. Man, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Next up, it's.
I was forgetting you added a tier, so I was like, that's not B. If he's in the same tier as Tor, I need Tor to go.
That was for your joke, okay? Alright, what do I gotta say? It's my guy. Man, what did he do wrong? Tell me what he did wrong. Tell me what he did wrong. What did he do wrong this season? What did he do?
He almost got Johnny arrested on a plane.
That's true, but that's Johnny's fault, okay? Johnny should have got on the plane to begin with. He should have let Miguel stay there. Okay, he's just like, no, this tournament is more important, okay? That's what I'm saying. So, I'm just saying. Anyway, the point being, jokes aside, Miguel doesn't miss. He's unbalanced, but he still wins the fights. He's technically correct about everything he says. He's burnt. He has the most hype clutch turnaround in the entire tournament. I don't care what Robbie gets upon. Quan was don't be wrong, Robbie disrespected Quan, but nothing was more hype than Miguel turning that fight around on his own. He looked at Robbie and said, "Watch this shit," and won that fight.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that was pretty. That was the first time that we see the character brag and like actually accomplish something.
He looked at Robbie and said, "Yeah, what you gonna do about it, bitch?" Like, I'm sorry, like no. I'm sorry. I gotta give Miguel S tier. I don't know about you. I'm gonna try and take the king down.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give him an A. I'll give you that. He didn't do anything wrong this season. All right, Jake. Okay. So
you just don't want it to be higher than Robbie.
Austin.
I got him S.
Yeah.
I have no complaints about his character. From how he treated Sam to how anything. I think it was all really good.
And just so the audience is aware, just because Miguel wins every fight isn't, well, I mean, that's the reason he's an S, but doesn't mean
he doesn't regress as a character. He still feels the same character. He was just frustrated, which was just fun.
Yeah, so it was enjoyable. But yeah, next we have Johnny Lawrence. I feel like Johnny's okay. I think he's just, I will put him in, just because he's entertaining, I'll put him in B. But
I just, again, it kind of feels like the same person in the beginning of this series too. Just, again, more dysfunctionality going on with him. Like, with him and Miguel, with I'm trying to think of one other example there was. Oh yeah, the way he was acting in the plane. I
Him,
mean, that,
Daniel.
huh? Oh,
Tell me
sorry.
him and Daniel.
Oh, sorry, him and Daniel. Yeah.
Like they perfected like teaming up and being senseis, only for them to somehow both still be off balance. And the season
Yeah.
tried to be like, oh well, Kreese is back messing with him, and Miyagi's messing with the other guy, but it's like y'all was just fighting Kreese on the same page. Kreese is not messing with you.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But that's it. That's all.
Gotcha. So,
Um,
ranking wise, I'll give him a B. He was just consistent in his character.
He's also consistent like a bad coach too. I hated how many times he would play these very terrible strategies. I guess there's one strategy worked. I did. Oh, I want to talk about this with Devin.
It did it though.
Hmm?
The strategy only worked because Mikael was so goddamn strong. That'd be like planning your team and then like your last character's Superman. Like, of course you might win.
I think for Johnny, I think my problem is like he learns the lesson that he needs Daniel, but it's kind of undercut by the fact that Daniel doesn't come back till after the fight that Johnny wins through that Johnny's team wins without him. So I didn't like that. But other than that, I think he was I think it was pretty good, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you remembered? Oh, that's crazy. I just noticed.
Yeah, so I'll give him a B tier. So there we go.
He waxed on.
He waxed on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. Next up, we have Danny LaRusso, who is.
I want to go first.
His fights never got me like hype, but I love watching him fight this. I think in terms of the Miyagi stuff, I don't have as much of a problem with it as a lot of people do. At the same time, I don't think it makes his character great. I think I'll put him in C. I think he did okay.
I'll give him an A just for storyline possibilities going forward, because yeah, I am more interested to see about like the stipulation of him discovering what Miyagi was going through at the time of the tournament, right? By the way, can I just say like the actor they casted to play a young Miyagi going up against Daniel? I mean, like, dude, that was like a good ass casting. I'm like, that does look like a younger Miyagi, you know?
What about the casting they did for the CGI Miyagi? How you feel about that?
Well, okay, look, the thing about that is like, Miyagi has such a big presence in this series that I kind of felt they did need to bring in Miyagi in some form for a scene, whether that be CGI animated or, maybe likely what they did AI and that stuff. But still, he kind of needed to have a couple scenes for this series, given his presence. I am kind of liking that. Basically, Miyagi right now, he's the Uncle Iroh of this series. You knew him in the present as like an enlightened, powerful figure, but then you have to realize he had a complicated past growing up. He wasn't the same man in his younger days. I mean, the fact that Daniel has to cope with the fact that he used his style of karate that resulted in the death of somebody. Like, oh damn. Damn,
my problem with that, if you go back and watch the movie, Danny already knows that. Miyagi made it clear his past was messed up, that he did terrible things, and then he reworked his karate to be defensive. He learned that in the second movie. That Chosen uses offensive Miyagi. That was the whole point.
Yeah, but like, I don't think Daniel was imagining it will go that much deep into blood in his hands,
Wasn't Miyagi a soldier who actually said he killed people?
Well, he was a soldier, but that was like, he didn't kill people with his karate, man.
Being a soldier is different than what he found out. What it's like, I killed people in a tournament.
Yeah.
Being a soldier means you most likely kill people. What I'm saying. So being learned that this guy who mastered his hands potentially killed a guy using his fighting style. Especially when a regular punch can kill a regular man. Sometimes I don't think that's like so unbelievable. Is what I'm saying.
for him in the context of like you're a soldier in a war. I mean, even though America will be on the different side, but like from his perspective, that's a soldier doing his job. I think like
you're in an intense
No. What I'm
environment when
saying is
you're
he
out
knew in
doing.
the past that Miyagi killed people. Is what I'm saying.
Well, when in the past, yeah, in an extreme environment when during war times, right? But the fact that
Yeah,
Miyagi
I'm not
killed
arguing that he
somebody in a
shouldn't feel a
tournament,
type of way about it, Cryptid. I'm arguing that
mm,
he acts like it's impossible that Miyagi killed someone before.
mm, okay, I'll at least grant you that. So
Yeah,
I'm also
I'm
gonna
fine
add,
with him being
I
shocked
just,
that he killed them in the ring.
yeah,
But it's just the
yeah,
idea that he think Miyagi can't do. It feels like he knew about Miyagi's past to a degree, but he still always held the idea that Miyagi can never do anything wrong, which always threw me off.
mm-hmm.
I gotta put it there.
Yeah, I think he see because I don't remember the Karate Kid movies that well. The ones I saw like I think like a year or two ago. I think so I don't remember what he tells Danny, but if it was just him being a soldier, I could see him being like, well, like his idea is like, well, once he was done with the soldier shit, he became enlightened, as a enlightened, perfect man. Because even back in Karate Kid 3, it was like,
No, that's basically what it. But this is before he became a soldier.
oh, okay, I thought it was after. Okay,
No, during the war is when he changed Miyagi Do to become the offensive thing that it was.
oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I see. Oh, all right. Well, in that case,
Oh.
I already put him in C. Cryptid, are you still sticking with A?
I'm sticking with the A for the storyline possibilities, and plus the fact that of course, the actor kind of upped himself in his fight choreography. Well, likely because he has to kind of compete with an up-and-coming Jackie Chan in the future. So yeah.
What about you?
I have him D because as much as I find the Miyagi stuff intriguing, I'm tired of this being his art. The last 3 seasons have been him finding out something about Miyagi that he didn't like and then become unbalanced by it. He has to be told by people that whatever happened doesn't matter because that wasn't what Miyagi was in the end.
Mm-hmm.
We did it when he first made Chosen, and he found out about different all the stuff he didn't learn. He wasn't taught by Miyagi. He did the same art. He did the same thing. He found the box with the old clipping stuff about Miyagi's old life. Same art. And now we're doing it again with the same art.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep making the scale bigger and bigger about the art. But it's the same art. Miyagi did stuff I didn't know about. And in the end of the day, I have to accept it. That's the same art. And I find that so aggravating.
I'm just going by the things I remember because Cobra Kai's been Cobra Kai's just taking a lot of breaks in videos. I'm just remembering that.
Yeah.
I had a discussion with you already. I just think it's more like the amalgam of things because I don't think when you learn like for instance Chosen learn like an aggressive form of Miyagi Do, I think you're just more annoyed that like Miyagi because Miyagi is like a father. Well, why didn't you trust me with it? Like we need each other for years. Like you trust me. There's like things like that. I think it's like more picking apart the relationship. Like I think one of the arcs for that season was just Danny understanding that like Miyagi didn't feel he needed everything. Like he didn't need everything of Miyagi he didn't need to know everything about Miyagi, just things that would help him. Which has kind of always been a struggle for him. I think even in Karate Kid 3 was about that where he wanted to be in this tournament so bad and Miyagi's like, you don't need to do that. You're fine, go to college, go live your life. And Danny's like, what are you talking about? Why don't you just help me with this one thing? I guess it's always been a consistent struggle with him. It's like Danny just feel like Miyagi gives him everything. So learning that there's like things about him that he doesn't know, I think always.
Yeah, but they just double down on them doing the same arc over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it.
But that doesn't change my problem.
Right. I'll put him in. Like I put him in C. Crypto put him in A. You put him in B. We'll split the difference. Say B. So
B.
But it's crazy. It's crazy. I was defending Danny more than you, but you put him in a higher tier than me.
It actually was starting to bother me that it just like he still has the holier than thou thing about Miyagi. And like you said, it's been going on since like Karate Kid 3. It's like, bro, at some point you have to move on. And you can't keep having arcs where you get over this guy having a secret past you don't know about, and then anytime something gets revealed, it's the biggest thing in the world for him. Oh my god, why didn't he trust me? Oh my god, is he not the man I always thought he was? And then people are like, he's exactly the guy you thought he was. You actually been told by him multiple times, I changed after the war.
But next up is Wolf. I don't have much to say about this guy. I mean, he's a cool fighter. I'll put him in fight tag.
I
that
always
one
put
is
him here because he's cold for Mortal Kombat, and I thought it was funny. They're fighting a Mortal Kombat character. I need this cameo.
yeah.
I need this in this game. I need Daniel Russo in the Karate. I need Karate Kid in Mortal Kombat 1. I need DLC.
Oh god. How far can you milk the whole crane thing as a move? Like, his finishing move just doing the crane kick to knock the
We've
person's
never
head
even
off.
thought of that. He just did it randomly. He did it randomly this season. No build up, no pose, just straight crane kick from base against that guy in the basement.
I said if he ever fought Johnny again, he'd never do the crane kick. But I didn't know the crane kick was a quick fire move. I thought it was like a build up. I was like, oh shit, wait, changes everything. No, Johnny knows he can do that.
Yeah. But in terms of Wolf, I was just more shocked to see Louis Tan in here. I wasn't expecting that, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting Britt Baker to be in here as well. Yeah. Audience, Cobra Kai was that legit enough to get an all elite wrestling star in this show. Yeah.
But where are we putting him?
Yeah, they probably paid her more than her people did. To be fair.
Okay.
But just because he didn't do anything.
But the reason I brought him here is because he was being set up the next villain. Because before Terry Silver's intervention, he was the guy who was technically part of the guy behind Daniel getting kidnapped, and then you find out he's like a legit prize fighter. Well, this dude's legit. And Danny and Johnny teamed up against him. I don't know if they'll win. Like, just straight up. They will take the plot, but this guy's a legit guy, modern day dude doing all these stunts. Johnny, we saw in the show. I don't know if you caught it because we froze it at the right time, but Johnny Lawrence had a stunt up for a lot of his stuff in this one.
Oh, of course, yeah, I seen that. I like looking for that sort of thing too. Even Daniel,
Danny does sometimes, but a lot of times he's still trying to do it. Cole's like, nah, I'm doing all my stuff. Cole was like legit doing these moves. And he was doing it at a faster rate than everyone else was.
That's because in real life he knows some martial arts too, so yeah.
All I'm saying is Mortal Kombat 2 better be legit, bro. I ain't like the first one you did, but the second one better be legit.
Just say that his name was his secret name was Kenshi or something, I think that'll solve a lot of people's
problems. Yeah, make him a cousin of make him a cousin or something. I don't know. Man,
don't do cousin. Just say like he was actually one of the Mortal Kombat characters who his real name was like Kenshi or something like that, No,
the problem is you already gave him a way different power, and they established all these powers. You can't trade them. This is what you get when you get the mark for some reason.
Okay,
so then he got some plot armor. It's literally plot armor Cole.
But outside of that, where are we putting him on this list?
I got him at a C or B. He's the best physical threat we have this season. Yeah. But he's also a lackey, and that brings him down.
Yeah, I'll give him a B just for the fact that he is a force. When you see him fight in the ring like that, and you see both Johnny and Daniel having the tag team just to stand a chance against this guy, he's doing what he's doing. He's being the force.
Okay, so that averages out to a C. I just think that he doesn't have enough of a presence. I think because he's a mentor character, so he doesn't have a room to fight as much as he should. I think Axel is just more impressive to watch than him fight. But in the fights he's in, I like them. Don't get me wrong; he's good to watch. But I think it's just because he's in the mentor role, he's not going to be fighting as much. And I think that the person he's like torturing is more interesting to me. But that's what it is. Next up is Terry Silver. I'm not going to lie. I haven't time to think about it. He doesn't really do much.
Wait. Me and him both said B. Why you put him in C?
Because I said B.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Terry Silver. Terry Silver.
Yeah, put him pansy ass nerd.
That's not even needed. I don't even think he came back. It really just could have been Wolf, and that would have been enough. I don't know why.
He wasn't needed because, he was coming in to kind of stir things up with Miyagi, though, right? But the thing is, they were already stirred up. They were already competing against themselves, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you really
I
didn't
think
need
the
it.
only thing we got out of this was that knowing that Johnny could beat Terry, which was the only thing we didn't really have to fit in.
Gotcha. You know what?
To be
now thinking
fair,
back,
I thought that was never in doubt. He didn't lose to Terry because he couldn't beat Terry. He lost because they started talking about crease and stuff and threw him off his game.
But, yeah.
I will.
I mean,
I will still give him this though. Like, I guess part of the other reason why they wanted to bring him back is because he was supposed to be the fight for Kreese.
yeah.
He was more of a villain for Kreese this season.
But that's my problem though. Kreese doesn't need a villain. He's our villain. Why are we making? Why is
Wow!
everyone already wants to fight Kreese?
Watch a bad guy be such a boss character that they need their own villain to fight.
Yeah, but it's like Sam Silver was supposed to be the biggest thing ever for Danny, and Danny doesn't even care this season. He doesn't. He did one thing against them to turn them against each other, but Danny doesn't really care outside the scene he first sees them.
He full power Kamehameha finished Terry Silver. Okay, it's over. Like, you're done. Leave me alone. And so I don't know. Whatever. His detail wasn't necessary. Kreese, on the other hand, I say he's funny. I think he's the funniest villain in the show.
Okay, so but before we get to Kreese, so where are we putting Terry Silver at?
I put him fantastic. I saw everybody was a great fantastic.
You know what? Yeah, I'll put him on that rank. He didn't need to be in this season.
Yeah, because nothing he does is really needed. Like torturing Danny for the episode, okay. But then a competent thing like Danny being injured, he just came back to work the next day. You know what I mean?
Like Kreese.
Kreese his impact on Kreese was okay, but it wasn't for anything he did. It was everything Kreese did on the side. Like it was not. He wasn't torturing Kreese or anything, but it did make Kreese stuff more interesting. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Kreese in A tier. That's where I'm putting him because this dude was like he was a funny guy. He was just entertaining.
He never takes a serious tone off. That's what it is,
Yeah, the fact that Cobra Kai lost, he said, "Fuck it, I'm killing everybody."
No, but that's my problem. Was he really going to kill everyone, or was he really going to just kill Terry and leave?
Just kill Terry, man.
I just wanted to be just going to kill LaRusso. I wanted to just assassinate Daniel LaRusso. You've been a thorn in my side since you were a child. I gotta finish this.
Oh, he's like, I brought Terry Silver back into this franchise. I'm gonna be the one to get him out.
I think the other one was for all that hype about, and because it's Terry, for all the hype that Kreese had, like remember he kills a spiritual version of Johnny. That doesn't even come out. Like he don't even have it's the same rapport they had before. It's no different. It's like, you know what I mean? So, and because of Silver, we don't even get much with Kreese and Johnny, which is what I thought that was headed, like a more ruthless Kreese. But it is what it is. Where are you guys putting them?
You know what?
I got Kreese in this.
Okay. Gotcha. Why Austin?
Everything Kreese done this season was great. Him suddenly manipulating people, and then him just assuming the worst of him. They're like, can you say something like, "Oh yes, that breakfast today was great," and then they don't touch breakfast in the morning, bro. Like, that's the type of stuff he was doing. And then, like, they had no reason to think he got kidnapped LaRusso. Like, he's the only person they thought would do it. So every time he said anything, and we knew LaRusso was kidnapped, it just seemed like that was he was setting up. And he was like, "Bro, I had nothing to do with that. I was just talking shit." Like, I kept making it seem like I was doing something off the field, off the mat, but I didn't do anything yet. The thing he set up was just Quan going mess with Robbie, and that was it. That shit was funny, bro.
And then he's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about."
That stuff was funny, and I loved them doubling down on his lesson when he learned when Master Kim, I believe that's his name, or that's the daughter's name, the Grandmaster of Cobra Kai. Yeah, he's like, "Bro, if it doesn't work out, just kill people." He's like, "You need to go kill John Lawrence in your mind. You need to go finish this thing. This thing," because he said himself, Master Kim taught him to handle stuff off the ring as well. If it comes down to it. So watch him go get the knife and literally, I'm just gonna murder this guy in the building. And then he stopped till the other dude shouted up. He said, "You know what? I still got it." He was gonna go kill Terry Silver and 2 other dudes. I'm like, this is funny. This is some top tier stuff. I don't think anything Chris did made me mad. I liked every plan he made so far. Even though it wasn't as drastic as we thought it was. I just wish he was more harder on his team. It's weird seeing him let Quan be so cocky when he himself has lost to Miyagi-Do and everyone else a lot at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, he was more focused on Tori and trying to fix her situation, which is fair.
Yeah, you know.
But
yeah, what do you?
Jake, I know who I forgot. We should have got the girl and Chosen.
I know. No, I said it earlier. I said you forgot to give me Chosen and that other girl. Well, weird. Not here. But yeah. So what do you think, Encrypted?
I'm putting him on B because like of the boss move he did. Like with just hey, okay, yeah, Cobra Kai's out tournament. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna take some heads here afterwards. So yeah.
We'll split the difference and put him in A tier. All right. Well, this is our definitive. I mean, we're missing Chosen. If I have to speed run it, just
to be fair, let's just talk about where we'll put these 2 people.
Yeah, just speed run it because we're already over time. I'd say I put Chosen B tier. He was entertaining.
I think I'll put them both in B. I think they both have the same amount of good moment, and then them 2 connecting made it better.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see Chosen start out as comic relief in the beginning, but it was enjoyable,
I didn't like that. No, I didn't like it. Chosen was the most serious dude possible, and the moment he made that one joke in the season beforehand, they said make comedy his new thing. But watching him get drunk and mess up stuff was kind of annoying for me. This guy who has so much discipline, but then they explained the why. But also like, bro, I'm not believing this 70-year-old lady is down here piping down some young 30-year-old man.
That's not actually Coco's boyfriend. I think it's like her son or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, like, bro. And that's why I hate that they teased him getting with Kim's daughter. Because if that was the truth, and that lady is just waiting at home for him, that's kind of messed up.
Well, Austin, if there's ever a show that needs more love triangles, it's this show, man. Come on.
Yeah, man, she comes in with the Karate Kid girl, and they have their own team.
Oh yeah. There you go. You're giving them ideas for another love triangle, Austin.
But this is it.
To be fair, we haven't had an adult love triangle since the first movie. Well, since the movie.
No. Now that I think about it, yeah, there haven't been any adult love triangle. Well, unless you
they brought back Allie back for one episode. That was it.
Okay, yeah. I was going to bring her up. So, all right, yeah.
But this was it. This is our tier list right here. As you can see, Miguel is the only one who belongs in S tier. Never forget it. And yeah, there we go. If you agree or disagree, let us know in the comments below. This review was long enough, so we'll be wrapping this up soon. Don't forget to watch the rest of our videos on our playlist. We have a bunch of other reviews, much like this. We reviewed The Penguin, I think, last week. So, go see our thoughts on that.
Reviewed Aquaman.
We reviewed Aquaman, the greatest movie of all time. And if you don't believe us, go watch our review and see our real thoughts. So,
we reviewed Penguin only for the last half of the video to be gone. But yeah.
That's true.
What?
But, all right. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye. Oh, any last thing you guys want to say?
Oh, good.
This video was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
The tier list might need to be revised. We'll see. If you let us know in the comments below. Bye.